Two words about this game. Absolutely majestic. What is Abzu? I thought it was less like a video game and more like a journey that displays the beauty of nature, the dangers of humanity's power, and everything in between. The game is hard to explain because its story, gameplay, and design rely more on its visuals than the sound design or controls. Now let me explain each and every subject in more detail. Abzu doesn't really have one, but compensates with the journey full of twists and turns. In the beginning, you, a scuba diver, start in the middle of the ocean. There's no previous scene that established anything, so you're just there for some reason, and you start swimming. Along the way, you encounter many gorgeous places that are full of marine life. At this point, the game sucks you into a linear journey. Unsure where you're going, but you're still having fun as you get sucked into jet streams, enter mechanical doors, or ride on some huge fish friends. So far, there's no clear story. Rather, it is up to you what the point of the whole journey is. To me, it was definitely to appreciate the beauty of the ocean and all its inhabitants. This in itself was important, especially to building the second half of the story, which kind of picks up the story direction and includes a proper ending to all this. I want to comment about the ending without spoiling it, as I thought the ending was quite something special. At face value, the ending might be too optimistic and cliché, but if the whole point of the game was to experience the journey, then I believed that the ending is instead a message to its players. And believe me, people who have not played this game, Abzu has a very clear message they want to convey. Altogether, Abzu delivers a story that only you can experience for yourself. So really take in the game on your first playthrough because each sitting will be a different story to you, and only you, every time. The gameplay. Well, unfortunately, the gameplay doesn't really have a lot to offer. Besides swimming anywhere in a closed and beautiful world, you don't really have a lot to do. In addition to that, it only takes around 2 hours to finish. So what does it have? Other than moving around, there are a few optional things to do that make Abzu a bit different from other games. Let's go over the common gameplay elements first. Collectibles. I have no idea why we are collecting shells in the first place, or what we get for collecting all of them, as it wasn't really clear what they represent. However, it is an incentive to keep exploring areas for them. Each zone would have 3, so keep an eye out for them if you want to do some exploring. The other optional thing to do is to find these shark statues and meditate. By doing this, you get to learn the names of each marine animal in the zone and see their models. It's a small addition to the game, but I found it quite cool to learn what the animal was. Unfortunately, besides the name and what they look like, they don't really say anything else about it. If you want to go back and see all these animals again, you could just go back to the menu screen and check them out there. Lastly, if you go to a big sea creature, you may have the option to ride them. It's pretty cute, so I'll give it points for that. But can it be used to maneuver across the map faster? Really depends on the animal. You control it? Up to a certain extent. Is it a welcome addition? Of course. While the gameplay is lackluster, small things that let you appreciate the game's areas add into the gameplay, motivating players to seek out these aquatic animals and interact with them. Design. The game plays with the environment's colors very well. If it wants to be vibrant or chilling, the environment color changes accordingly. The use of color here made me really remember the important parts of the game, as each significant area had one color dominating the screen. Other than that, I thought Abzu had amazing looking places even if the map was relatively small. Each area feels special and unique. In some places, you can really feel like you're in your own deep ocean, and in some other places you're exploring a lost but beautiful civilization. Overall, the visuals were surprisingly stunning. I can't help but admire the scenery sometimes and take a look around before I take leave. I even like our character's design. Look at him! Or her. I don't know. Look at it! Look at it! Look at this dude. I didn't expect Abzu to be an interesting game to play, but with a short and simple game, they managed to impress me. They gave me a ride that was even deeper than where the whales brought me, Like the current in Seahorses, the game pushes me into a direction and I'm drifting along with it. Try it out! The game's only like 2 hours, so no hard commitments here. And playing a beautiful and relaxing game like this, it's absolutely amazing.